Another piece of technology that's really important for users to use on the internet is the VPN. We know that we're living in a time where we're all surveilled. So whatever you're doing on the internet, somebody is trying to watch what you're doing. They want to know where you're traveling to, what you're purchasing, and they want to know things like what your IP address is, so they want to know where you live, things like that. So VPN is a technology that can help with that problem, and it really addresses three different problems that you have. The first is that one thing that applications that you're accessing on the internet want to know is what your IP address is, and that's really the kind of the logical address of your endpoint. For example, if you're at home, your internet service provider will give you an IP address, and the problem of that being exposed to say a website is it gives them a pretty accurate positioning of your location. So that's one thing that they want to do. The second piece of surveillance is to know what websites and applications you're using. And there is a technology behind the scenes called DNS where they can surveil you. So what typically happens is, as you're accessing the internet, so you're typing in a domain name, just say you're putting Amazon.com. Behind the scenes, what happens is your computer does a call out to a DNS server, they get an IP address for that service, and then you can connect to Amazon. The problem with that is your internet service provider, because it's providing the DNS service, they actually know every website that you're going to, every application you're using, and they can pretty much have pretty good surveillance of what you're doing every time you're at home. The third problem that you're facing in terms of surveillance is information that's leaving your computer and say traveling out to an application is often in the clear. And what that means is the internet service provider can see the traffic, or it's also someone that's sitting on your local network. So let's suppose you're sitting in a coffee shop. There's no reason that someone can't put some sort of network kind of sniffer onto that network and be able to watch all of your communication from your computer out to the applications that you're using. So all three of those problems, the IP address, tracking which websites you're going to, and the fact that they can monitor your communication, all can get solved by a VPN. So let me tell you how VPN works. VPN really has servers in different locations across the internet. And so when you're accessing through a VPN server, you actually have an encrypted link between your computer, and it could be your desktop computer, it could be your mobile phone, but you have an encrypted link out to one of those servers at the VPN provider, what they call the VPN egress point. And now how does that protect you? Well, the first thing is when you go through a VPN to connect to your application, the application now sees the VPN's IP address rather than, for example, your home address. It also provides that DNS service for you. So the VPN provider can hide from your internet service provider what traffic you have, what sites you're going to, and what applications you're using, because the VPN provider is providing that DNS server. And the third is, because it's an encrypted link from your computer or your mobile phone to their VPN server, somebody sitting on the network and monitoring your traffic only sees encrypted traffic and can't see what you're really doing. So all three things are really important to provide protection for you on the internet. The obvious question is, isn't the VPN provider then vital to a piece of infrastructure, and don't they need to be very secure and private? And the answer is yes. One thing you have to be very careful of when you get a VPN provider is to understand whether it's really there just to monitor you as well, because they're in a great position to be able to surveil what you're doing and sell that information. So unfortunately, there are a lot of very dodgy VPN providers out on the internet, and so you've got to be very careful which provider you use. Anonyome Labs is a really good provider of VPN service. Because we're a privacy company, right from position as we've built our VPN service, we've been focusing very much on both security and privacy and not keeping any logs of what the user is doing. So you can be assured that we're providing that protection to you, but we're also not surveilling you as well.